Hello, everyone. Um, Today is, I think, January 11th or 12th or something like that. Um, Tuesday night, 2022. I'm still recovering from mouth surgery. Had a big chunk of my tongue replaced by a graft from my arm. And wanted to tell you just what's currently on my mind. Because I've had trouble accessing home health here in Burnaby. They're supposed to be sending nurses and whatnot. I'm actually also being told not to access home health. My surgeon is saying, oh no, they don't know grafts. They'll do things I don't want them to do. Don't get home health involved. So I've had trouble accessing home health, and my surgeon is telling me not to access them. So, um, he told me I can call him. If it's an emergency, call him. I have a cell phone. I have access to a cell phone. But we had a little freak out last week, Erica and myself. She's been, now, the other thing, the surgeon told us that we should have my wounds, my wrist wounds, where the grafts from my tongue were taken. One for the failed operation, one for the successful operation. I'm supposed to leave them open as much as possible. That's another thing Dr. Anderson told me that I did not know. In the hospital, they showed Erica how to change my bandages, and it seemed like she was supposed to, supposed to change my bandages. Pardon my drool. Anyhow, we had a freak out last week because on Wednesday, we went to change my bandages. We're just using this stuff. Gauzy thing like that. Just wrapping it, putting tape to the bandage. So last Wednesday she was unwrapping it. Actually, I was unwrapping it. I took the lead and was unwrapping it. And there was a yellowy green, pussy discharge on my tendons. So that didn't look good. Didn't hurt, but the pussy discharge was in the blanket, in the bandage, in the gauze, and on the flesh and the tendons. Now, I'm going to show you my good wrist so you get a sense of what this looks like. I don't have really exposed tendons here, but this is what a good wrist looks like. This is healing well, I'm told. It's a bit of a blood blister up at the top there, but no big deal. That is, this big fucking zombie bite on my arm, is pretty much what they want to be seeing. They have told me I could put polysporin on it. I'll probably apply some polysporin in a second. But that's about what we want. Now, my right wrist was always the grosser of the two. In the sense of the more disgusting one, in the sense of selling fruits and vegetables. Because there were exposed tendons. Now, I've worked these tendons. I have been writing and mousing and using my hands, so maybe I put too much stress on them, I don't know. But my exposed tendons have been, they seem to have gotten infected. Here we go. Now, pardon the unpretty sight. And the other thing about this is when Erica and I were unwrapping this, when I was unwrapping it, down here at the bottom, the bandage and the pus kind of fused together, and I pulled, and there was a ripping sound, a small little sound, but we could hear it. And a chunk of the skin or scab or whatever, pussy encrustment, peeled back, and we could see the red raw flesh underneath. It was last Wednesday, I think a week ago, January 5th, we saw that. And we're like, what? I'm infected. I just tore a chunk out of myself. panic, and we went to the ER. Now, the ER put me on, what is it? Apocephalux, Keflex. And this has been a handy pill, actually, the little orange fellas, because unlike most of them, it does dissolve in water, which I hope has lessened their effectiveness. Nurses tell me it doesn't, so okay. So I've been having these, I've been on course with these. Dr. Anderson actually said, no, you don't need these, they're useless, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a surface wound. You don't need an oral antibiotic. My blood work apparently is good, been slightly elevated white count, but last Wednesday we went to the ER. Now, COVID is everywhere right now. We don't want to go to the ER. We're not fans of the ER. But we went because we thought we should get this looked at. I didn't realize I had access to Dr. Anderson's cell phone number. So, man, that doesn't look pretty. Anyhow, we went to the ER, got put on antibiotics. The next night was okay. They had changed the bandage, they peeled it off, there was a little bit of pus, but it seemed to have improved. But then the Friday night, there was more pus, and the color was not good. Very similar to what you see here. Now bear in mind, we don't know a thing. Maybe that's what a graft removal site should look like. But I've been told not to really wash it. I've been told not even to put saline rinse on it. That's also from Dr. Anderson. Don't use this, he said. So I'm not cleaning it. It's open to the air. It's brown. It is a little sensitive, but not much more than the other arm. There doesn't seem to be infection spreading at my arm or anything. I mean, you can see there's a scar there where they were harvesting veins, but I'm told that if there's a major infection, that whole arm will turn red and swell and be painful. But it's not. It feels okay. It feels better than it looks, I'll tell you that for sure. Anyhow, excuse me. No water inside. But I wish I had access to better medical advice here. I wish there was someone looking at it and saying, oh, you can clean this off. Maybe you should put some saline on it, or, don't worry, that's just a crust forming, or, all the polysporin you've been coating it with is just forming a crust of its own. It'll dry and peel off. Don't sweat it, kid. I would love to have those sorts of reassurances, but between my surgeon who told me not to trust anyone other than him, the emergency ward, by the way, the next night when, I didn't finish this part of the story, the next night, the Friday, when it was worse, we went to another ER out in Surrey where I had the operation done, thinking that would be, they would be more able to help. They would be more knowledgeable because they do the surgeries there. We waited 5 hours and went home at 3:30 in the morning without having seen a single person. I mean, there were nurses who brought us to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, but never a doctor. Never a doctor. Never anyone there. I mean, they took the blood work, but there was never a doctor. So, and there were lots of really sick people. So, who wants to hang out with really sick people right now? Not me. Pardon me. I anyhow, so the ERs I don't want to go to, and I don't know that I'll get help if I do. Home care never contacted me. I mean, home care did, but Fraser Health did, but they were supposed to connect me with Burnaby outpatients. I waited 9 days before writing a nasty letter of complaint to sort of quality standards oversight board because 9 days from my referral, home health, or no, not home health, Burnaby outpatients, who home health had referred me to, they never called. I had promises they would call 2 days. One day I spoke to them, one day home health spoke to them. They never called me back. I left 3 messages pleading them to call me back. Please, we don't know. We're afraid of what's going on here. We don't understand what's going on. We don't know how to make it better. We don't know what we need to do or not do. I don't want to bug my surgeon every day. So, I guess this is so far. I mean, my experience in the hospital was pretty good. The surgery seems to be working. I'm recovering my powers of speech at a fairly rapid clip, and I'm starting to eat some solid food now. I just had some French fries soaked in ketchup, so rather chewing, but I was able to swallow them. Oh, hang on. My wife is arriving. So, anyhow, the operation was successful. I'm supposedly cancer-free. Surrey Memorial Hospital was great. My surgeons were great. Everyone's working really hard. I realized throughout the province people were working hard. But I'm feeling a little afraid and isolated when it comes to my zombie bite. I don't want to become a zombie. I don't want to lose the use of my... let me say that again. I don't want to lose the use of my fingers in my right hand. It's true, I'm left-handed, but I mouse right. And I mouse more than I write longhand these days. So, I mean, left-handed in terms of longhand, but I need my right hand. This scares the hell out of Erica and myself, and it would be great if there was more help available for people in my position, whether it was Burnaby outpatients calling us back, like they promised home health and myself that they would do, whether it was, more advice from GPs. I don't know what we need, but I feel a little cast adrift about this ugly thing on my wrist. But what can I say? My surgeon doesn't seem worried. I'll put some polysporin on it, and hopefully it will just continue to improve. Maybe everything's under control. I don't know. He didn't seem that nervous. When I peeled off the bandage and that bit of skin went, he saw that too and said, just rip it off. It's a scab. Don't worry about it. Okay. He knows. I mean, I'm assuming he knows. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this on my wrist before. Never put it on someone's wrist before. Maybe I should read some Max Brooks. Maybe there's some zombie bite advice. World War Z or surviving a zombie apocalypse book. Wow. Hey, my wife's here. We're going out. Have a good day, folks. Ciao.